Hello everyone, what is up? This is Eddie Niddy and welcome to another video on the channel for you guys today. And we are going to be talking about career mode. We usually focus a lot of career mode English stuff on our channel. You know, obviously the Championship, the Premier League, the best English RTGs to do. Now I'm going to suggest do quite a few good foreign teams to do and maybe go a little bit more in depth. The first team that we're going to go over to, we're going to talk about two La Liga teams to kick off with. First one we're going to talk about is Levante, who unfortunately sit bottom of the La Liga League, which is a massive shock to me looking at their squad, which I'll show you guys very soon. Like I said, they got a transfer budget of 8 million. They got a stadium as well. Like I said, the board expectations, you shouldn't really be sacked from it unless things go absolutely horrendous. But you know, like I said, you probably, with them board expectation, you could probably get relegated and still keep your job. You know, if you probably just complete like one of their objectives. So let me show you guys the team, what you guys have potential to work with. As you guys probably know, this is what you usually get when you start a career mode. So obviously Levante, we're cooking over their teams. They've got some really good players now. They've obviously got Morales, who's a brilliant strike A1 rated. Probably, you know, like his stats do not like deserve the A1 rating, honestly. Like I said, some brilliant stats right there. 85 dribbling, 82 shot, 86 pace. You've also got Enis Bardi as well, who's another really good talented midfielder slash winger. You could probably get this guy into a centre mid. You got Campagna as well, only at 28 as well. Probably one of the highest rated Spanish midfielders, you know, in La Liga. You know, you've also got this young French midfielder here, 25, really nicely well-rounded. You got Vezo here, you know, the centre-back, 27, not too bad either. You got Aitor in net, brilliant goalkeeper, perfect rating. You've also got some good players, you know, down in, you know, the bench area. You know, you got Salad, who's another brilliant player. You got a young striker here in Cantero, who's only 70 rated at like 20 years of age. You got a good midfielder in Malorello, who's 77 rated. You know, they do, you guys, honestly, they do have a really good team. And I would highly suggest, you know, potentially looking at Levante. You know, obviously, like I said, they've got a good budget. They've also got a high wage budget when you start the game, and obviously you probably won't need this much wage money, so you could probably lower it down to 50, so you could pretty much almost double your budget. So that is the Levante team, and I honestly would highly suggest doing these guys. Now let's get on to the next La Liga team I want to show you guys. What we're going to talk about is Valencia, the Spanish side, and this one is probably going to be the most entertaining, you know, best career mode you guys could probably do. You know, Valencia, board expectations, a massive Champions League, domestic success high, brand exposure high, transfer budget of 51 million. They've got their own stadium. They're a big club, but in real life, they're currently floating around mid-table, and you guys should be able to do a lot better with the players that they've got. Let me show you guys their team. At this career mode with Valencia, you get this. Obviously, like I said, and they're looking at their team. It is really good. You got Jose Gaya, 83 rated, probably one of the best left backs in La Liga in terms of stats. You know, Carlos Soler, only 24. Just look at that, really well-rounded midfielder. You know, you got Gomez, really solid striker, only 24. You got Guedes, 24 as well. He can also play left mid. You know, you've also got Rakic as well here, who's another brilliant midfielder, like very well-rounded yet again. You know, Brian Gill, another brilliant player. We all know this guy's on loan from Spurs. Obviously, like I said, there is plenty of room to improve. Obviously, you probably will look to potentially bring in a new right mid. Unless you want to use Musa, the young English right midfielder. You know, like I said, honestly, like I said, there's a lot of options to go here. Like they've always got some other good youngsters in their club, like Kayunderi. You also got Morabia, who's on loan, I believe, to Valencia from RB Leipzig. They've got a really well-rounded team. I honestly do think these guys will be one of the perfect teams to do a career mode with. But they're also, you know, in a bit of a transition phase. Obviously, they've got 51 million. Plenty of money to spend last year. Plenty of money. You know, like I said, and you could really probably look to, you know, get rid of some of the older players and try and bring in some good, young, you know, dynamic players. Like I said, you know, you look at Jasper Sillerson, 32. No goalkeepers, you go for a while. Polista starting getting to 30. You know, like I said, most of their team are quite, some of their first team players are towards the aging position, like Paulista, 30, right centre-back, you know, Fagia, right back, you know, Sherishev, technically their left mid, because Gil is only on loan. So that would be my suggestion to you guys. Honestly, I would heavily suggest doing these guys. Now let's move on to our next team. The next team, we're going to move on to Freiburg, and this team are really starting, you know, to progress a lot in real life. I would heavily advise using the youth academy, as you guys can see, is a critical objective of Freiburg. 13.9 million club of 168 million. These guys are definitely picking it up. And you do sometimes look at their squad in FIFA and you're like, it isn't that brilliant. But when you go more into depth into it, it is very nice. Let me show you guys how it looks. Ask me, why do I not show my youth scout? The whole reason why I do that, because obviously I'm trying to help you guys out as much as possible, because it's a difficult one. Because if I show my youth scout, you are going to get a completely different, entirely new youth scout. You know, like, could be anywhere. So it show me it with a striker, and you know, if I implement it into the team, it's going to be no help towards you guys. You guys might not get that player. But anyway, here we go. Let's go and look at the squad. They do have some really good players here, you know, Freiburg. You look at this guy, 21 years of age and 71 rated, 78 centre-back. It's got Lionheart as well, the former Real Madrid centre-back, 77 rated, 24 years of age. Decent right-back as well. Good left-back, Gunter, you know, massively fan favourite. They've got Flecken in net, who's been probably one of the best goalkeepers in the Bundesliga this season. He's an absolute wall. Shindy is the right midfielder, only at 19 years of age, very quick with 94 pace. Egerstein, the former Werder Bremen midfielder, another really good player, you know, 24 as well, could still grow. We've also got this guy called Heribera, you know, another good player, could potentially look, you know, to use in the team. I think his stats are better than what his rating suggests. Greek brother left midfielder, another decent guy. Kamspar, obviously, I think he definitely needs to probably look for an attacker potentially. But then again, you look at this, Demiroj only 23, potentially use this guy a little bit. Holo doesn't look too bad either statistically. It doesn't look that bad. They've also got some good young players here, like Katal, you know, this young 63 rated centre-back, this young 64 rated, good young centre-back as well. We've also got Schlotterbeck, his brother, at the as the other centre-back, you know, that you could potentially line him up with. Obviously, you know, you've got a good transfer budget here. Youth development is obviously critical, so I would highly suggest, obviously, using that. So, yeah, that is the Freiburg squad. Another team that I'm going to suggest to you guys is Fiorentina, the Italian side. Another big club, Fiorentina, in this division. Obviously, a club I feel like, you know, or a team which, you know, like you could build and get to greatness. When I say they're a big club, Fiorentina, you know, obviously. Let's go through the team right now, you know, because they do have some really good, exciting players. And then again, they're also a bit of a mixed-matched club. Let me show you guys what I mean. Right, so here we are on the Fiorentina squad. And you do look at it, they've got some really good players here, Fiorentina. You look at Gonzalez, solid left winger / striker, former of Stuttgart. Piatek, not really the greatest. You know, Duncan, not really solid player, despite his 28, his stats are very good. Bonaventura, another really good player. Odriozola, another good player, 25, 78 rated. Martinez Quatra, another decent player. Milinkovic, decent centre-back. You know, and you guys see what I mean. Their squad is very mixed because their squad, they've got some really good players, but also some old players like Callahan, decent rating, 34. This goalkeeper is 72 rated for a top Serie A side. Not really the most acceptable, is it? You know, Tiago Bonaventura, another good player, 31. Duncan, 28, decent, but you won't be able to grow him up by much. You probably get him up to 78 if you're lucky, 76. You know, but then again, they also have some good players. They brought in Artur Cabral as the replacement for Vlahovic. We all know Vlahovic has left. They got another good player in Sotel. They also signed Jonathan Icone from, you know, Lille. They also got another decent midfielder in Castrovelli. Saponara, decent for this division. Young, good centre-back. Dragowski to go in there. But I think Dragowski is a bit of a controversial character, apparently, in real life, if I'm not wrong. Let's go and check on the budget. So you've got about 21 million, but you've got a lot of wage. You can probably really lower that down. You're on 33 million. Lovely stuff. So let's go tell you guys my final team that you guys probably should do as a career mode. The final team we're going to show you guys is AS Monaco. We all know AS Monaco from a few years ago. You know, I can't remember what manager they were under, but this side that won the Liga, and you know, they had players like Thomas Lemar, who's now playing Atletico Madrid, Bernardo Silva, you know, at Manchester City. You know, they had some really good players last year. Falcao, you know, I think Falcao's playing in like La Liga now. Kylian Mbappe, you know, how on earth I mention him, you know, former of PSG. You know, they had such and like a load more, to be honest with you. Here, they're Bakayoko, you know, he's another good player. It is insane, to be honest with you. Now, I'll show you guys this AS Monaco squad, and I think these guys probably should be maybe one of you guys' priorities to do. Right, here we go, AS Monaco. They do have a big transfer budget now. They've got roughly about, well, not a big transfer, but about £30 million to spend, you know, if you do that. Bringing some good young French players. Now, let's go and look at the squad. So, Ben Yedder, we all know how good Ben Yedder is, probably one of the best strikers, you know, in the game, you know, he's normal starting overall. They have a good young left midfielder in Diop. Kevin Voller, I'm not too sure whether he's a cam, but, you know, you can just do this, and then, you know, he should be, you know, I haven't really got any negatives on him. You got Tushmeni, one of the best young players in the game, to be honest, I'd heavily suggest using this guy who could potentially sell him and get a load of money. Jean Lucas, the midfield department, the Brazilian guy, former of Lille. Wait, was it Lille or Leon? It was one of the two. Gelson Martin's right mid, really good player in the game. Sidibe. You got Dicia, you know, Mariapan, KO, Henrique, another brilliant player. Like, so you look at that squad, they do have a really still good young team. Bawadu, another brilliant young striker. Golovin, Fofana, good young midfielder. You got Matzeo, Agriar, you know, Palovic, you know, you got this young Polish goalkeeper here. Jacobs, another really solid player. Fabregas, an absolute legend. You got Diatta. There are some really good players here, I'm not gonna lie. They've even got Pele. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this career mode session video. If you guys have, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, that'd be brilliant. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Take care. Speak to you soon.